Hey guys, it's Vanessa V. Welcome to my channel where we discuss reigning over your life, conquering what's holding you back, and living life in victory each day using simplified strategies that work for you. Today we're going to be covering sort of a double hitter hack, or what I like to call a go-go hack, a get one, get one. It's a stress hack as well as a tension hack. Now, a lot of the stress hacks that we go over tend to be, stress relieving, well, obviously, tension relieving, but this one is really focused on getting those muscles to de-tensify. And it's a really great one that I've used for years. You can use it anytime, anywhere, as usual. But what's also really great about this one in particular is that it's really public user friendly given the global crisis that we're all in with COVID-19, because it doesn't involve any touching, like touching of anything. So it's super quick and easy, and we're gonna go over it today, and I'm really excited. So let's get started. Really quick, in case you don't know me, I'm an actress and speaker, and I'm also living with post-traumatic stress disorder. Two things that I'm not are a mental health care professional or a healthcare professional. I'm an expert in my own situation and what works for me, and my hope is that by sharing these strategies that I've had to master over the years, that they will help you just like they've helped me and so many others. How many of you, like me, have experienced both stress and tension either creeping up on you, so you can totally see it coming and you don't know what to do, or you don't know how to make it go away faster, or stress and tension has already taken hold of you, probably when you least expected it, right? Like you were busy living your life and now all of a sudden you realize, oh my gosh, I'm so tense and I'm so stressed. What do I do? Or how do I get rid of it faster? That was definitely me, probably millions of times throughout my life, until I learned a bunch of stress hacks like what we go over here, and this stress hack in particular. One of the things that can be really frustrating and scary about experiencing tension and stress when we don't know how to deal with it in more of an effective way or an efficient way that works for us is that it oftentimes gets in the way of us living our lives and focusing on the task at hand, especially if you're at work. You're about to, like for me, say they're about to call action on set, or I'm about to go into an audition, or, if you are at a dinner party or in any social situation, tension and stress can really get in the way of you focusing on the task, but also just enjoying yourself or finishing whatever it was that you wanted to do or had to do, because the only way you knew how to handle the situation was to exit yourself. That was definitely me before I learned all of these stress hacks. Because I didn't have super healthy tools, my coping skill was to remove myself from the situation, and I hated to do it, but it was the only way I knew how to deal with what I was experiencing before learning all of these things that I'm sharing with us, or you, all of us. So we're gonna go over one of those stress hacks today, those stress hack, tension hacks today, and we're gonna do it together, so let's get to it. Alrighty. So as you know, if you've been following along with me on this journey that is YouTube, you're probably familiar with the fact that before we go over any hacks, I usually invite us to either stand or sit, whatever's comfortable for you. With this particular hack, I would definitely encourage us to sit, just because it is so relaxing. The sitting aspect of it will help us relax even more. Now, I do use this hack standing, when I'm out in public or whatever, but just because we're gonna start going over it here today, just to reap the most benefits, I suggest sitting. So go ahead and do that and we will get started. Now, if you're comfortable, I'm gonna invite us all to shut our eyes. So if you're comfortable doing that, feel free to shut your eyes. What that's gonna help us do is focus on the hack so that it works even better. Now, you don't need to have your eyes open when you do this hack as you move forward, but I do find that shutting my eyes tends to help it work even better. So if you're comfortable with that, go ahead and shut your eyes. And while we're here, I do invite us just to check in really quickly on how we're feeling mentally, physically, and emotionally. So what are we feeling? Are we feeling excited, happy, tense, sad, worried? And I invite us to not try to change how we're feeling. It's really just so that we understand where we are right now. Breathing as we go. Awesome. So keeping your eyes shut, I invite us to then envision that our body is full of sand. It's in every ounce of us, inside of us. And that sand is heavy. It's weighing us down, pulling us down. That sand is that tension and stress inside of us. And as we sit here, that sand begins to pour out of us onto the floor below. At whatever speed we need, fast or slow, that sand is releasing beneath us onto the floor. We inhale, and as we exhale, that sand pours even faster. More and more sand pours out of us onto the floor beneath us. We hear the sand pouring. We can see it collecting below, and all of that stress and tension is going with it. It's releasing. And it continues to pour and pour until we no longer feel that stress and tension. We feel light, yet we also feel weighted and grounded in goodness. And once you've come to that place, I invite us all to slowly open our eyes and just check in with yourself. How are you feeling now? And also think to yourself, what worked? What could have worked better? And did this hack help you in any way at all? Now, something that you may have noticed in doing this hack is that we lose our posture. We lose good posture. And that's okay for short term. I definitely notice that, if I'm at home and I'm feeling stressed and I do this, I kind of allow myself to just sort of be in a state of poor posture, because even though that can be triggering to our brain that we're unsafe, which I talked about in a previous video, I'll link that below. But what it's also helping to do, especially in the short term, I've realized, is just to allow our body to be relaxed, because that's also going to tell our brain that we're safe and it's okay to be chill. I will link more information below. I did a previous video about the brain, so if you're interested in the brain-stress connection and how that works, feel free to click the link below, because it really is key to understanding your stress and anxiety. So what I would say is, even though it's okay to be in this position for a little bit, I wouldn't have us do it for too long. It can put a lot of strain on our body structurally, but it can also cause stress and anxiety. If you saw my previous video about the 2-inch hack, we go into that a little bit more. And if you're interested in how to sort of get better posture to help boost your confidence and release that stress, I will link that below as well. Now, I usually tend to use this hack when I'm experiencing extreme tension or stress, or I'm starting to notice it creep up like we talked about before. This hack doesn't really help me personally when I'm experiencing panic or panic attacks. However, I have heard from other people that it does help them when they're experiencing that. So again, it's all about what works for you and customizing it to what you need. Some of the reasons why this hack works so well and what's really great about it is that it's a form of meditation. Now, if that word is scaring you like it used to scare me, because I don't like meditating. Not saying it's bad. Meditating is really good. I've said that before, but I don't like doing it. This is a form of meditation. And what's great about it is that because meditating can be so beneficial for so many reasons, this is a really quick way to do it. One of the things that I find that I have an issue with meditating is that my mind wanders, right? So if that's you, what's great about this hack is that it's a very simple thing to do. All we're really thinking about is sand pouring out of our body. And so if our mind tends to wander, all we have to do is as soon as we realize, oop, I stopped focusing on that, go right back to sand pouring out of our body. That's it. It's that simple. It's that quick and easy. And the more you use it, just like with all the other hacks, the quicker it will become and the more you'll be able to use it in a snap. Eyes open or shut, sitting or standing, doesn't matter. And that's what I found it really does become for me. It just becomes a sort of, okay, sand, pouring out. Okay, I'm good. What's also great about this hack is that it helps to cut off that stress cycle that we might be in, whether we realize it or not. It's helping our brain to stop focusing on whatever stressor that is, whatever trigger that might be, and putting it onto something that's completely different, that's calming, that's positive. And the more that we do that, we're actually going to train ourselves and therefore our brain to do that when we feel stressed and when we feel tension. So the more we do this, the more we practice this, we're actually going to train ourselves that in times of high stress, we actually de-stress automatically. How cool is that? Okay, friends, that's that. I hope that this quick calmer helped you to do just that and helps you to conquer whatever life might throw at you today. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, feel free to do that. Like or dislike this video, it's cool either way. Follow me on social media, links are below. And just remember, sky above, sand below, peace within, and I will see you next time.